Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Today we will learn 12th mantra of Íśopanișad. Andham tamah pravishanti. Andham tamah pravishanti. Ye sambhutimupasate. Ye sambhutimupasate. Tato bhuya ivate tamaha. Tato bhuya ivate tamaha. Ya usambhutyam rataha. Ya usambhutyam rataha. Together. Andham tamah pravishanti. Ye sambhutimupasate. Tato bhuya ivate tamaha. Ya usambhutyam rataha. So, Anvaya, first, the prose order. Ye means those who are, or those who. Asambhutim, असंभूति को, प्रकृति को उपासते, उपासना करते हैं वो लोग. अंधम, अंधम मतलब अदर्शनात्मक. तमः मीन्स अंधकार में. प्रविशन्ति प्रवेश करते हैं. जो लोग प्रकृति को उपासना करते हैं वो लोग अदर्शनात्मक, जहां पर कुछ दिखाई नहीं देता, गाढ़ अंधकार में प्रवेश करते हैं. ये लेकिन जो लोग संभूत्याम रताः, जो लोग हिरण्यगर्भ का पूजन करते हैं, उपासना करते हैं, ते ततः भूय, वो लोग उनसे भी ज्यादा इव तमः प्रविशन्ति, उनसे भी ज्यादा अंधकार में प्रवेश करते. 12, 13, 14 is a set of mantra. Like 9, 10, 11, one set of mantra. Likewise, 12, 13, 14 is a set of mantra. So, andham means blinding. Tamaha, darkness. Pravishanti, enter into or fall. Ye, who. Asambhutim, unmanifest. Prakriti, the primal material cause. Upasate, worship. Tataha, than that. Bhuyaha, greater. Iva, as though. Te means they. Tamaha, darkness. Yaha, who. U means verily. Sambhutyagam, in the manifest. Means here Hiranyagarbha. We will see the commentary, then we can understand. Rataha, devoted. So they fall into blinding darkness who worship the unmanifest Prakriti, but those who devote themselves to the manifest Hiranyagarbha fall as though into greater darkness. So we have to see one thing. जो संभूत मतलब उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ वही असंभूति. What has not been yet born or created, that is asambhuti. So sambhuti matlab which has been created or which is born. Here born means effect of something. And Hiranyagarbha is the first effect. Hiranyagarbha is the prathama utpanna vastu, first effect, primal effect. Now, which is not the cause, which is not the effect, or which is the cause of the effect, that is called asambhuti. So, the direct cause of the whole universe is Maya. So, Maya is considered as asambhuti. In Sankhya Darshan, that Maya is described as Prakriti. And the Prakriti of Sankhya Darshan is Maya or Avidya in Vedanta Darshan. In Dvadasha Mantra, Andham Tamah Pravishanti and Tataha Bhuya Iva Te Tamaha. What is the essence of this portion? That all the unreal universe, Mithya Prapancha, का मूल कारण अविद्या की उपासना. तो अविद्या की उपासना में when we do puja of avidya, ignorance, or ignorantly we do everything else, then we don't know the real nature of upasya, what I am worshipping, and who is upasaka, who is doing puja. That is why they go to blinding darkness, means their ignorance doesn't go. And who worships Sambhuti means Karya Brahma. They acquire some power, occult power, Aishwari Kshamta. Hota hi, whoever in the spiritual path, at least little bit. Their intuitive power, some extraordinary power is there than common man. But what is the problem over there? After gaining that power, people become arrogant. Go back to Bhagavatam. One monk, newly monk, started doing meditation and puja. He did not know what the power he was having. So suddenly, one crow was there on the top of the tree. That crow excreted on that meditator. And with a lot of anger and annoyance, that person looked up and the crow was burnt into ashes. Then he realized, oh, I have acquired so much power. That problem happens. A lot of people does puja and all such upasana only to get power, by which they want to surprise the world. Once, Sri Ramakrishna was in Dakshineshwar. One person told, "Sir, can you cross the Ganga walking?" Sri Ramakrishna told, "No." And that person asked him, "What kind of sadhana do you do? What is the use of your this Vedanta sadhana where you can't cross the Ganga walking?" Sri Ramakrishna told, "If I give 1 rupee, I can cross. What is the use of doing sadhana to cross the Ganga?" But when people start upasana and acquire some power, they forget the target or the aim of their upasana. They forget Ishvara. They become very much busy with the occult power they acquire during the period of sadhana. So that is why it is told that they enter more darkness. Clear? And as they are distracted from their aim, they can't approach liberation or mukti. And अव्याकृत उपासना की फल गभीर अंधकार में प्रवेश. Unmanifested, if you do the puja of unmanifested, Upanishad is telling you will enter into the darkening, blinding darkness. Like ninth mantra, here the Sambhuti and Asambhuti upasana ka ninda hai, but they are not one. Because in Shastra, two upasanas have been told. Okay, what was ninth mantra? andham tamah pravishanti ye avidyam upasate tato bhuya ivate tamaha ya u vidyaya gumrataha. So they who worship avidya alone fall into blinding darkness, and they who worship vidya alone fall as though into even a greater darkness. In 9th mantra, in 12th mantra, as if the repetition, but the extract of those two mantras are different. Okay, now we will study little bit Shankar Bhashyam of that wonderful Bhashya, small Bhashya. Adhuna vyakrita avyakrita upasanayoho samuccichishaya pratyekam ninda uchyate andham tamah pravishanti ye asambhutim sambhavanam sambhutihi sa yasya karyasya sa sambhutihi sa sambhutihi tasya anya asambhutihi prakritihi karanam avidya avyakrita akhya tam asambhutim avyakritakhyam prakritim karanam avidyam kama karma bija bhutam adarshanaatmikam upasate ye te tad anurupam eva andham tamaha adarshanaatmakam pravishanti tataha tasmat api bhuyah bahutaram iva tamaha te pravishanti ye u sambhutyam karya brahmani hiranyagarbhakye rataha. Small Bhashya. Ye, those who worship asambhutim. Sambhutim means the fact of being born, an effect also that has this quality of being born. Quality of being born is sambhuti. What is other than that is asambhuti means prakriti, the primal material cause, avidya or ignorance, called avyakrita, the unmanifested. Those who upasate means worship this asambhuti known as the unmanifest prakriti or cause, and avidya, which is the seed of desire and work and is blinding by nature. So, and is blinding by nature. That means they pravishanti, means enter into andham tamaha, blinding darkness, which is of a similar nature into tamaha, into darkness. Bhuyaha, greater. Tataha, than that. Iva, as it were. Pravishanti, enter. Then it is told, ye, those who sambhutyam rataha are devoted to sambhuti, to the manifested Brahman called Hiranyagarbha. Now, in this verse is being stated the difference of the result of two constituent worships, which results necessitate the combination of those worship. Now, that mantra 12, 13 and 14 are again another triad in which the same idea described earlier, means in mantra 9, 10 and 11. I told you that 9, 10, 11 was a set of mantra. There it has been brought out for the purpose of better clarification. The kind teacher understands perhaps that the idea expressed in the last three mantras is too subtle to be understood by the student at the very first hearing. And it is so very important that it is necessary for every seeker of Vedanta to understand correctly what is the exact relationship between Vidya and Avidya. In the earlier mantras, it has already been said that Vidya and Avidya are not mutually contradictory or conflicting ideas. Each assure death nil to the other, and that they are not to be mixed indiscriminately into a rough synthesis. It has been said that they are complementary to each other and that they are to be undertaken in an intelligent sequence. The first action, or avidya, as dedicated or dictated by our desires, in order to bring us out of our inertia or tamas into an active mentality of sprightly enthusiasm or rajas, and thereafter through a pursuit of desireless activity, gain purification of one's mind and intellect, which is a preparation for meditation. Later on, through steady and diligent meditation, the seeker gains the fulfillment of knowledge or vidya. This same idea is being described here using another set of words to represent Vidya and Avidya. The pair of words used in this section is unmanifest, asambhuti, and manifest, sambhuti. The unmanifest would be easier for you all to understand as the impersonal God, and the manifest as the personal God. So among the devotee class, there always had been, and there is a lot of controversy upon the relative merits of worshipping or meditating upon a personal and an impersonal God. Even in the Vaidika period, there were the personal gods like Vayu, Agni, Varuna, just as we have today the Puranika gods like Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Devi, Ganesha, and so on. Because in Vedic age, all those gods and goddesses were not there, statue was not there. These are all the later part of Vedic age, means Puranic time. This controversy has now come down to our own times. In its practical application in life, it expresses itself as the great controversy as to whether jnana or bhakti is supreme. The Upanishad here is giving us enough thoughts in its truth declarations to make us understand that our controversy is meaningless and baseless. Just as we have seen that there is no controversy between Vidya and Avidya, and that they are complementary to each other. So, too, likewise, Jnana and Bhakti are not contradictory. In fact, each in the help of the other grows stronger and gets more established. If there is only bhakti, 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 dancing in the kirtana, Hare Krishna, and there is no knowledge that for whom we are dancing or like that, it's just only a temporary expression of the emotion. And without knowledge, if anyone practices bhakti, there may be some samadhi, ecstasy. Always remember, Vedanta never says that samadhi is our actual goal. So whoever is dancing in the name of God, many a time it may happen that the dancer fall down into the ground in ecstasy. Someone because of spinning, high pressure, they fall down. But samadhi out of knowledge, that is not temporary. Because from coming up from the samadhi, what is the condition of the sadhaka? That has to be understood. If again the sadhaka is in the darkness, is in the ignorance, then that samadhi was temporary, like deep sleep. But a jnani, when after knowledge, if there is ecstasy, that is permanent. But without devotion, knowledge becomes very, very dry. Very dry. People become arrogant out of their knowledge that I am so much knowledgeable. I have studied so many Upanishads, so many Vedanta Grantha. Do you know that? Immediately I can prove that whole world is unreal, only Brahman is real. So many he will quote here, there, here, there. No Shraddha, no devotion, no love. Because whom he will love? For him everything is mithya. There is no value of relationship, no value of emotions, no value of anything else. Sadhana to ras ki hai, anand ki hai. The practice is of the joy. If there is no joy, happiness, what is the use of sadhana? And it is only possible if there is a combination of knowledge and devotion, knowledge and love. That is the complete sadhana. And that is the aim of any seeker. Hari Om Tat Sat.